Good morning. What is up, everybody? First and foremost, shout out to those people who were here at 7 to learn that we're doing it at 9. I apologize, guys. Normally Monday's an early day for me, so I had the stream up and ready to go. And then I am sick and could not go in this morning. But hey, we're bringing Cal Ripken-like energy to the morning marketplace, playing with a broken nose post All-Star game, something like that. Let's see. We have Beamer. Damn, it's early. Rico, sorry you get stood up. Matthew Loftus, Dick Chuck, Tanner Pope, Aaron Borland, Daniel Christian, Gerjat, Jay Go. Yeah, shout out Greg Dunn for the Photoshop action. We get a little Disney Pixar. Mitch Connor, Fagentas Adam. Let's go. Everybody's here. R. Lester, Jack Loud back in the house, Deep Threat, E. Portsy, Dan Allen. Yada, guys, the gang's all here. What's happening, everybody? Trade Challenge Day. That's right. So listen, it feels like a lot's happened since Friday, huh? Feel like things went banana pancakes since Friday. Last time we were here with my man Balaj from the Barrel Zone, digging into the playoff packs. We had a lot of excitement around that. I don't know. Then some other stuff happened that we get to watch a car crash live. Also, sponsor me, you cowards. But today we're coming for tea today, y'all. We're coming for tea. That's what we're looking for. We're coming for tea. We had some pretty good basketball action last night. Actually, we didn't. I'm so tired of like whoever's going to be the healthiest team is the champion. That sucks. And also that Jokic flagrant foul, like I had some real Tim Donaghy vibes. Although Jokic he's always guilty of that, right? He gets pissed off, he doesn't get a couple calls, then he just slaps somebody. And he did wind up, right? He did wind up. But that sucked. That sucked for me financially. The DraftKings world was grim after that ejection, after things were looking nice. But all right, let's go. Oh my God, we the people said I'm just here. Yeah. All right, let's talk about basketball first. Then we'll get into some of the playoff pack stuff that happened from this weekend, as well as some of the other things that went down. And then we got Holo drop this week. We've got the Trade Challenge and the PG Challenge ending in a couple hours. Then I'm assuming some more challenges are going to be rolled out soon, right? Jack B. Nimble says, that was an arm flab foul. Blame the flab. Yeah. Deep Threat. I know Deep Threat had a brutal beat in hockey this week. So sorry, Deep Threat. Although you still in the green, right? You're still in the green. All right, we're going to mute for a sniff. All right, we're back. Let's hey, if you haven't liked the stream yet, like the stream. You know the drill. This week we're doing this 9 a.m. every day. Depending on what happens with my work schedule on Thursday, who knows? Maybe I'll jump in. On a live stream for the Holo drop. Oh my God, we the people. You start with this shit early this morning. He got out of the second round with trash surrounded by him. Okay, Facundo Campazzo was playing too many minutes. Putting that on Jokic. Who's your team, we the people? Are you a Heat stan? Who's your team? Coming at me with that kind of shit this early in the morning. Sawyer? Where is Sawyer? We need some Sawyer action in the chat. All right, let's get into some of the basketball. Like the stream, follow us. You know, we do the show every day. We'll have Wednesday night show. 89 Cavs is coming to you at some point this week. And then yeah, I don't know what else. Just like everything, will you? All right, let's go over some of the NBA action last night. I'm sure a lot of you, it's easier to stay on top of now with only a couple games a day. You know what I'm saying? First game, Bucks Nets 107-96. Bucks even the series. This sucks. All right. I hate that the Kyrie injury is going to play. Like the Bucks should not get any credit for winning these two games, right? So game 3, the Nets shoot like -2% from the field and they barely squeak out a W. And sure, Giannis's numbers look good, but Giannis doesn't look good, right? Can we agree on that? Is anybody watching these games being like, Giannis figured it out? I don't know. He's just not. I don't know. He doesn't feel dominant. I don't know what's going on. There, but they seem bad. And what sucks is, that Kyrie ankle roll was gross. So I assume he's out for the duration of, at least of this series, right? If they somehow get through this series, then maybe we see Kyrie back. Now, does this mean they rush Harden back? because it doesn't even seem like Harden's close, right? There's been no game time decisions with Harden's. So now the Bucks are going to get through the Nets, right? Well, this is very reactionary, but like if the Bucks get through the Nets, all of a sudden Budenholzer is like, oh, phew, we did it. We got through the big one. But this should not count. This should not count as a W for the Bucks. I mean, I know you just have to beat the team in front of you, but like, come on. But anyways, Durant had 28, 13, and 5. Giannis 34 and 12. Middleton 9 and 8. Holiday 14 and 9. Colin Rubin out here being like, I predict Harden plays. It would be, I mean, maybe they run him back. Maybe they run him back early. I feel like we would have gotten a game time decision and then a rule out before he just like comes back. You know what I mean? But that's where I'm at. I'm frustrated by that series. And I don't like rooting for the Nets either, but I just don't want, I don't want the Bucks to just like limp in past the Nets. Although, I mean, I guess if you're a Sixers fan, you're feeling good, right? Joel Embiid is a superstar. They've seemed to have like figured out the Hawks are up 2-1, right? We get game 4 tonight. So now we might get a Sixers-Bucks matchup or a Sixers-Nets matchup with the Nets dinged up a little bit. This is breaking well for the torn meniscus of Joel Embiid. So I don't know. I mean, if you're someone like myself that picked the Sixers to go to the finals, we're feeling a little good. We're feeling good, right? Yeah, Deep Threat, I'm with you too. He said Nash didn't sound like Harden was coming back to the series. James says, I think Kyrie plays before Harden. Looks bad, but ankles heal a lot quicker than a hammy, don't they? Yeah, that's the good news. The bad news, though, if that's a high ankle sprain, I don't know if they died. I haven't seen anything on Twitter about it, but if that's a high ankle sprain, we're not going to see him. We're not going to see, because a high ankle sprain is like 4 to 6 weeks usually. That's if it like goes well. And remember, I'm a Celtics fan, so I followed Gordon Hayward's ankle sprains all the time. But a high ankle sprain takes a little while. JC Review says, if the Bucks wins, the Suns are the new favorites to win the title. They're the most complete team. Yeah, I mean, it's Suns Jazz, right? Suns Jazz, although now Donovan Mitchell's hurt. Like, let's think about this, right? So Harden goes down in the playoffs. Kyrie goes down in the playoffs. Embiid goes down in the playoffs. Donovan Mitchell goes down in the playoffs. Anthony Davis goes down in the playoffs. Holy shit. You're just going to stay healthy. If you stay healthy, the Celtics might have a chance if they just stay healthy. You know what I'm saying? Amir's cell phone says, the Nets have been hurt all season. Why is this surprising? No, that's a good point. That's a good point. I mean, I think it's hard to bank on injuries, though. But you're right. You're right. They haven't played together all season. I mean, you could say the same thing about the Lakers, right? You could say the exact same thing. Oh, man, guys, this is going to be a battle getting through this show today. You can even see my tongue. Look at my tongue. Right? It's cough drop. That's blood. That's blood, baby. I had a cough drop this morning. That's what that is. I'm just seeing it in the camera, and it was hard not to address it. Suns are 3-0 versus the Jazz this season. I think 2 of those were without Mitchell, though, right? Health is why I picked the Bucks to win the East. Yeah, I know. I mean, I think I picked the Bucks to pick this to win this series, but man, I don't know, dude. So, all right, that's enough about that. We'll see what the injury situation is going to be. Let's go over to the Suns Nuggets and let's talk about that flagrant foul that just sent me off. The thing that drove me nuts about that is that, like, I get it. Jokic was getting his ass kicked. And if you see those, God, my nose, seriously, I'm about to blow my nose on camera. Let's do this. Jokic was getting fouled left and right. The Nuggets weren't getting any calls. And I'm usually not one that's like, well, the league is ref, blame the league is rigged, blame the refs. Like, I'm not saying that, but like clearly the Suns were getting a lot of ticky-tack calls against the Nuggets. The Suns were getting those calls, and then the Nuggets weren't getting it on their side. And then Jokic goes out there and he's like, it really did look like it was in slow motion, right? Like even when it was happening in real time, you're like, here comes the pitch. And also Cameron Payne. Listen, are you Neymar? What happened? So if you are on the ground motionless for more than 3 minutes, you at least have to get subbed out of the game, right? You at least have to spend a minute on the bench. He was like, you know what? I'm good, actually. Let's play. Like, come on. Go play in Europe. That's a Euro Cup shit. That's like, I couldn't believe it. I really thought he was hurt. I thought my man was down and out. And then all of a sudden he's like, well, yeah, I think I'm good to go. Like, come on. Anyways, let's shout out the Suns, give them their flowers, right? CP, dude, ball on a yo-yo last night. Just all over the place, hitting every single like 16-foot jumper. 37-7. When's the last time CP3 put up 35 plus points? Like CP3 was balling last night. Daniel Rosenbaum says, did his nose break? He kind of had a black eye afterwards. He did, but like then come out of the game. Booker 34-11. Will the Thrill Barton with 25-5. Michael Porter Jr. had 20, but then got lit up on defense. Booker was hunting Michael Porter Jr. last night. And then Jokic 22-11 in 28 minutes. Frustrating as hell. Listen, not to take a victory lap this early in the morning, but it's exciting seeing the Suns play this well. I'm excited for them. I'm excited. They're going to Western Conference Finals. It's their best shot at the finals. I mean, since Barkley, right? And now that's not true, Steve Nash. But Chris Paul's got a real shot at getting to the finals. Whoever they match up against, whether it's the Clippers or whether it's the Jazz, I think it's going to be like a great matchup. But that's where I'm at. Deep Threat says getting smoked in the nose hurts almost as bad as the testicles. It does hurt. It does hurt. But you would have thought he got hit by a sniper in the rafters, right? I mean, he was down. He was down. I don't know. I'm too salty. But so, all right, the Suns are moving on. Western Conference Finals. What do we get tonight? Tonight we've got the Bucks. No, we don't. We have the Sixers and the Hawks. And then I think we've got Jazz Clippers too as well, right? So we get some fun stuff, some fun game fours. Both series of those are 2-1. I would imagine the Hawks put up a fight but still lose. And hey, with this Donovan Mitchell shit's real, right? Because if he's out and Conley's still out, I mean, Donovan's probably going to play, but he's not going to be fully healthy, right? How many shots is Clarkson going to take today? 400? 400? All right, let's jump into let's see how some of the action resulted. Hey, Ernest Meyer, shout out Ernest. It's a happy trade day. Let's see how some of the action impacted the marketplace, and we can talk about the playoff packs as well. We the people, I swear to God, I'm going to find out where you live. We the people. Enough of this. All right, let's take a look at On the Moments website. We'll start there. Hold on, let me shoot. I need to switch that backdrop, baby. All right, here we go. And we got to blow this up. Blow this up, kid. Also, I went to Boston on Saturday to shoot a video, and then I went to the Red Sox game, and it just felt good to just scream Boston stuff. It did. It felt good. All right, let's look at some moments. Let's look at some players, because this is what I want to check. I want to check Kyrie. I want to check Kyrie first. Let's see this. Also, you know what? Let's next YouTube boxing match. Should we talk about, before we go into the players, should we talk about Fridays? Are we ready to talk about that? Are we ready to talk about that stuff? So I'm sure all of you are aware, right? What happened, where the emergency pod and everything, from On the Moment. Guys, what a bad look. I'm not one to, Dana Christian says, what the fuck, Mike? You came to Boston. Next time, hit me up and I'll buy you around. Hey, can I tell you, I want to tell you something. I left New York Saturday morning at 8:00. I drove down. I shot a bunch of videos. I went to the Red Sox game. I got out of the Red Sox game. I took a 9:30 train back to New York because I needed to be back on Sunday. That thing got delayed for 2 hours. I get home at 4:30 in the morning. And I'm like, I wonder why I'm sick. But yeah, let's talk. So I'm seeing a lot of people go rant. I'm gonna this will be like a mini rant. I don't think this is gonna be as feisty as people are ready for, because I'm not here for the slam dunks. But what I will, Mike, when will you give us insider information? I think Top Shot knows not to, right? I think they know, they have seen some of this stuff and they're like, I don't trust this kid. This kid he does everything for likes. So we're not going to give him any information. They're smart. The thing I would say is I'm just super bummed. I'm super bummed. I'm disappointed by it, because I really like those guys. I think those guys are super sharp. Obviously, we've had TJ come on. TJ's a really great guy. He's a really great guy. Justin's a really sharp dude. Producer Coop, I don't know, but he seems really nice. But this was so dumb. This was so dumb for such little reward, right? Because even if this wasn't exposed, right? Even if it wasn't exposed, what was to gain there? What was to gain? like $1,000, which, you know, $1,000 for a lot of us is a lot of money, but for like what they're planning on doing, what are you doing? Like, what's to gain there? That's in comedy, when I'm like writing stuff and performing stuff, I always think of like, what's the risk reward? And anytime it's like high risk, low reward, like if I'm doing something that is risky, we'll call it risky, and the reward of it is not worth the amount of like, you don't do it, right? And that's a perfect example of that, where it's like, at best case scenario, you make a couple $100, or like maybe the thought was that, look, we did all these moves, see how sharp we are, like we're ahead of the game, see how sharp we are. And it's like, yeah, you guys don't need to do that. You already have really good tools, you know, your site's awesome. Like, you don't need to, you already have our attention, you know what I mean? And I wonder too, like, because I wonder if people feel like too competitive sometimes with other content creators, and they're like, we need to make sure we're the best one out there. Like, no, are any of us only going to one site? Like, are any of us only using On the Moment, only using Moment Ranks? Like, unless you're invested in one of those groups, like, I don't think so. I use everything, even in daily fantasy sports. I use everything, right? Like, I use Osmo, I use Roto Grinders, I use everything, right? I don't like just read the Ringer. I read the Bleacher Report. I read Zach Lowe. Like, we all win. We all win when the content's good. And so it sucks, man. It sucks because I feel like it's going to take a while for them to win everybody back over. And I don't blame them, you know, I don't blame them. I don't blame the people for being like super frustrated, because that's shitty. And then and poor Top Shot. I can't believe I'm saying this, but poor Top Shot, right? Because I understand in the aftermath why we're all like, what do you got? Like, why would you give out that information early? I mean, that happens all the time in any industry, where like information is recorded early. So that way, once the information comes out, bang, everything can come out. Right. But they trusted groups of people not to do it. And I know the First Mint they also had a recorded podcast with Alan. Right. And I mean, the First Mint didn't do anything. So I just like, it's just, sorry, I sniff without muted. It's just pretty frustrating. A lot of people are asking like, what happened? So with the Holo drop requirements that came, or the collector score requirements that came out, when those came out, they did a couple of Top Shot. Jacob and Alan did a couple of pre-interviews with On the Moment and also First Mint. And there was like the interview happened earlier in the day. The information didn't come out until the afternoon, and they had an opportunity to like break down all the information, and then took advantage of it in the marketplace is what happened. So they purchased a few things that they shouldn't have done. Basically, it was like essentially insider trading. Like, that's essentially what happened. So again, I don't need to go too deep on it. Like, I don't know. I mean, James asked like, why else would you buy it not to flip it? I don't know, man. I'm also not as smart as those dudes, but I don't know. That's the only thing that makes sense to me. But yeah, it's disappointing. I'll be curious to see what they do moving forward. That I mean, I don't know if you guys watched that emergency stream after the fact, but I don't know. I don't know. You got to get on the same page first, right? Richard says, I've seen and heard Taylor on the OTM streams. I would have expected him to discuss the issue. I'm sure they've talked about it off air, probably after the fact. But yeah, I don't know. I don't get it. I don't get it. And I wish they would have. I don't know. I don't even know what else to say. I tend to feel bad just because I like those guys. But I mean, that was a mistake. That was a mistake, and I just hope they're able to like weather the storm and figure it out. And I don't know. I mean, I know they have to gift all the moments back, but that's not gonna like, no one's gonna be like, oh, you know what? They did gift all the holidays back, or all the Gerald Brandt, whatever it is. They gifted them all back. So Yadi says, if you were part of the OTM, would you give up the ability to play in the market to stay part of the team? Yeah, I mean, they're trying to do some pretty good stuff there. So there's probably incentive to do that. But I don't know. I'm glad I don't have to make that decision. I'm glad I'm not an insider. I'm glad no one respects Team Hold, because I can just keep doing this and I don't have to make those decisions. I can keep buying up my shit moments and doing this with you guys every day, right? So that's why we're going to continue to not be famous over here. We're going to continue to grind the indie streets. We are the alt comedy of Top Shot over here. I think that's it, right? Did we cover that? Did it felt disingenuous not to cover it, even though I didn't really want to, but I wanted to make sure we talked about it. So do we feel like we covered it? Actually, Bush, no one respects Team Hold because they allow some idiot with a bear suit on. Minnows party harder. My apologies. Yeah, listen, guys, we love everybody in here, and we love Team Hold. We have a lot of fun. We're gonna continue to rock. We're gonna continue to rock without any information, and we'll send you to the other places to get information, like Moment Ranks, like Own the Moment, like who else am I forgetting? First Mint people. We'll keep sending you over there, and that's where you can get those informations. And then you can come over to our channel exactly to do some tinfoil hat speculation, all that stuff. All right, are we good? Team Hold shit moments. There we go. Team Hold for life. There we go. I think we're good. Let's get into it. You know what? James is right. TJ talk is done. I don't even want to say TJ. I love TJ. Shout out TJ. TJ talk is done. Let's bring out the PJ and let's get back.
PJ Washington. PJ Washington. PJ Washington.
I just want to say, John says you were less upset about insider trading than breadcrumbs from Top Shot. Yeah, I just think it's easier. It's easier to just like see this black and white than it was. The Cool Cat stuff was, it was like a little prick, not a penis, but like a like a little thing that kept poking me over and over and over again, and then finally I popped. And then for this one, it's so black and white, y'all can be mad. You know what I mean? Like you can see it for what it is. All right, let's really quickly. I want to look at Kyrie's moments just overall, right? In the last 24 hours. Okay, actually, so his playoff moment was up in the 60s and dropped hard, and now is coming back up in the last 24 hours. Season 2 tip-off is up, but his Holo Icons down, his base series was 1 down, his metallic gold reward, his Top Shot debut, most of these are down, and I was curious post-injury what that looked like. I also want to look at Jokic, who's also like eliminated from the playoffs, and see what that looks like. And for the most part, staying steady, except when we get down to the Cool Cats reward, the Western Conference Finals. A lot of his base, his Top Shot debuts down a little bit. His Cosmic is down 6%, so just ponying up that 26K, y'all. But yeah, so those ones are down a little bit. Yeah, not a penis. It's true. Do we have a list of Holo moments that will be released? Let's talk shop. Well, yeah, we will. We got to get to some other stuff first, though. No, you're not. You're right, Derek. I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, so Jokic, I was very curious how like injuries were going to impact these moments and how being eliminated from the playoffs. But let's look at, I don't know, who's someone else that we should look at. Let's look at Chris Paul just coming off of that big Western semifinals run. So most of his stuff, look at this, up 10%, run backs up, his Cool Cats up, series 1 3-pointers up, series 2 assists is up, all-star games, even his all-star moments up. Like everything is up except for his season tip-off. His Top Shot debut, interestingly, is below 700 now, which ding, 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 that's on a list now. That is on a list. But yeah, let's look at Booker too. Let's look at Booker as well. Oh my God, We the People, I'm so close to blocking you. I'm so close. Let's look at Devin Booker. His metallic gold's up 15%. His series 2 dunk is up 9. His series 2 jumper's up 4. And then everything else pretty steady, except the series 1 is now at 800. Yeah. So not too much movement on these guys. Maybe because once they went up 3-0, everyone was like, oh, this is going to be a 4-game, right? This is a 4-game series. All right, let's look at the playoff packs. I want to look at the sets first because I'm having a tough time with some stuff and would love a little convo around it. So when the playoff packs came out, you can see right now it's up 4% in the last 24 hours and just a hair under 2K for all of these moments. I'm trying to figure out what to do with these, right? Because the prices of these went super high, super fast. And I got in on a lot of these very early, like in the $30, $20 range. I scooped up as many as I could because my initial plan was to complete the set. I just thought it was they were all kind of cool moments that I was interested in. The idea of completing a set stood out. It helped the collector score later down the road. But then these prices went bananas. And so I'm holding on to the tray because that tray reward is going to be nice. But I ended up completing the Paul George one and then moved off it because I was able to make like $300. A deep threat says, I think we all know what to do with common challenges now. Yeah, I mean, I want the tray one, but now I'm even thinking like, where do we think the tray reward lands, right? So let's go look over at let's actually go over to the challenges. We can come back to the full set later. So, right, we've got, this is the first one. It costs $345 to complete. It's still creeping up a little bit. You've got a 2,500 completion count. But the thing I wanted to note, right, after that, like, you got to assume these 53 people are going to complete it with 7. These 58 are going to complete it. And then, like, I don't know, 150 of these might not complete it. It might flip only because of the price, right? If the price doesn't start dipping. So we're looking at 2,700 probably completions. And it's just kind of hard. It's kind of hard to know what to do here. So Mitch is saying you think that's around 150. Because if that's the case, right? If that's the case and you're holding this challenge, what are we doing? Okay, I'm going to actually fight you on this, actually, Jeb Bush. So he says the Trey reward is overrated. He's getting bounced this round, just like the LeBron long-term. Shouldn't really hold value considering he didn't win the series. So the playoff moment, though, is from a series he won. And what I would say, this is why I'm pushing back on the Trey one more so than the other ones, because I don't care a lot about the other ones. I do think this changed how people view about Trey, how people view Trey Young. I know it did for me. I wasn't like a huge Trey Young fan, but this dude embraced the villain, went into MSG, took them out of the playoffs where everyone was picking the Knicks, including Sawyer. And he went in there and shushed them. He shushed them. And that is a really good moment. And I do think that like collectively, we're all viewing Trey Young differently. And he's still playing well against the Sixers. So they're not supposed to beat the Sixers either. So I do think when you think about what his career highlight will look like, this moment will be included. That shushing MSG in the playoffs will be included in his like wrap up of like what his career was like. So I do think this moment matters. So I like this moment, but if it's going to be $150 to scoop it versus the 300, I think you're supposed to sell, right? Yeah. Watch the Shaz says I'm doing the Trey reward, his first playoffs and his coming out party. Justin says LeBron's playoff moment will be his only playoff moment from this season. Yeah, that's true. But yeah, I might be wrong. I might be wrong on the LeBron one, but I'm not super excited. Maybe just because it's so expensive. Matthew Lofton says I'm definitely keeping the Trey reward because I completed it for about 150 and now it costs over 300 to complete. There's no way I'm losing money on it. Yeah, that's true. That's what I did too. Knicks fans don't want this moment. Yeah, Knicks fans don't. It's the Reggie Miller bow of our generation. I like that. Colin says completed the Dre and Dame will pick up everything else off season. Yeah, that makes sense to me too. That makes sense. And that's kind of what I did. I scooped up a lot of them, but I sold off the Paul George, and I don't know. I have the KD that I got for a decent price that I'll probably flip I don't know. Although I kind of want the Tatum now. It's a 50-point Tatum game. I kind of want that. I don't know though. I don't know how I feel about this. So like we assume they're rolling out the challenges in the next day or two, right? Or like today, we'll probably get the next 2 this afternoon. So are there other challenges people are going after? Or are you just straight up like a deep threat? I know you mentioned you know what we do with common challenge. So did you scoop a bunch of these and are planning to flip? Where are you at? Moment pick and gripe. This Trey moment probably shouldn't be a common. It would be a nice, rare, legendary, cool moment. Yeah, that's true. That's true, but it got me excited about this pack. So, actually, Jeb Bush says maybe I'm just bitter because I was away from the keyboard during the pack drop and challenge announcements. But all these first round moments, I think, are getting a little overhyped. I do think a lot of them are getting overhyped, but I do think that Dre one counts. I do think the Dre one counts. Yeah, Daniel gets it. Sponsor me, you tea cowards. I would take a tea sponsorship. I'd get up earlier to drink my coffee so I could have tea. Deep Threat says, I have 25 requirements for the Jow Challenge. I'm going to flip. Okay, Deep Threat. Okay, a deep water threat, right? We got whales sighting. James Elliott says, I went in on the Jow Challenge, pulled the Durant, will flip when the challenge ends. I'm at the point now where I'm excited about the Trey one. I'm definitely holding that, but I do think if there are other rewards I want, I might just flip and buy after. Why are some of the 40K moments like Cat, Graham, and more going for 7? Well, I imagine that has to do with the team challenge, right? So people trying to get those bonuses for the collector scores are scooping up those moments. So we're seeing the floor come up a little bit. That would be my guess. Eportsy's like, I've got the pieces for Dame, Tatum, and Giannis. Yeah, I do. I think I have almost all of them now, and I'm not sure. Satoshi says feels like we're in the midst of another mini bubble. That's true. I mean, the pack release, how they release 7,500 of like the 12,000 is part of the reason we're seeing these prices hiked up in the way that we do, right? VHawk, can you all stop doing the jaw challenge so we can have a low min count, please? Do you think the prices on non-challenge moments dip if people concentrate more on the holo? Maybe, but I think like by concentrating on the holo, they need to buy because I think the people that are still buying right now pre-holo are either I guess they're either finding deals because people are trying to get liquid for the holo, but with the holo only being 230, I think you're just seeing people buy to get their collector score up. And I think we saw this morning, right? They're over 6,000, I think, with the collector score over 7,500. But I think there was like another handful, like a few thousand that are in range. So I imagine this gets up to, I don't know, 7,500, 8,000 that qualify for the holo drop, maybe even 10,000. So yeah. ePorgy says, I also think a lot of people will get burned on these first two, and the completions for some of the next ones will be lower. Yeah, that could be true. That could be true. That makes sense to me. That's why I tried to buy some of the ones that weren't in the challenge early. So that way, if I took an L, it was like a $30 L versus like a $50 L. I paid too much for the Donovan. That's the only one that I'm not happy about. But I feel like I was playing with house money. Because the holo pack is going to cost $230 versus $999. I feel like I had more playing money. So we were dabbling, y'all. We were dabbling. John says, I think at least 10K for the holo drop. Ricardo, in all caps, Ricardo says, are you eligible for the holo drop? Let's take a look, Ricardo. Let's take a look. Let's go over to my pro. Wow, why is it doing that there? Here we go. Let's see. Oh, boom. Look at that, baby. 6510 with the bonus of 18,510 for your boy. So we're lining up. Cool Cat Master. The Cool Cat Master is what got me there, and spending a gazillion dollars in the marketplace, it seems like. But yeah, we're in there. I'm pretty excited. I am pretty excited, but I'm also trying to temper expectations because a lot of us aren't going to get it, even if you line up. So I don't want to be wildly disappointed. Jason Sub says, bought the Obi for $27 and somehow had to pay $57 for the Clint. Yeah, I know. Aaron, if you get a holo pack or you open it on stream, I think so. Yeah, we got it right. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to stream live on Thursday though, so it might be if I get it, maybe we do a special Thursday night show, or we open it Friday in the morning marketplace. Also, let's take a second too for morning marketplace. We have a guest on Wednesday. We have actually Jeb Bush coming on Friday. Dylan's coming on. So we've got some good guests this week. Yeah, the 18K bonus is pretty wild. It's I got a 4,500 marketplace bonus and a 7,500 the 9 Lives Lounge. Welcome to the 9 Lives Lounge. Drunk Tree says, if I don't get a pack for all the extra spending, don't know if I'll go after another pack requirement again. Hey, let's talk about this though for a second, Drunk Tree. Like, we know we might not get a pack, right? We've been down this road before. So I think we need to like keep that in mind as we're going after this. Like, the collector score thing is not going away, right? This is going to be here for a while. So I think if you're doing this, it shouldn't just be for the holo pack drop, because more often than not, you're not getting a holo pack, right? More people are not getting a holo pack than are getting a holo pack, and it's not close. So you have to keep that in mind. So don't blow your wad. Oh no. Can you guys still hear me? Oh, there we go. It was my headphones. We're back. But yeah, so I'm just saying, like, you're more likely not going to get a pack than you are going to get a pack. So if you are going out to get the collector score, no, you're probably not getting a pack, but this will help you. It'll help you down the road. Okay. We the people says, "Hi Mike, how was the 9 Lives Lounge after the insider thing? Were they heated in there?" No, they seemed okay. They seemed okay now. I mean, initially after the fact, they were pissed, but yeah. All right, I guess it was just my audio. I mean, it was my headphones. That's all that went out. All right, what else did I miss here? Sorry, I panicked. Drunk Tree says going after the Holy Grail. Oh, it only ever for the Holo, and I know it's 20% chance of getting it. Okay. Yes, you were saying something about WADs. Beamer says my score's at 4K. I'm out on Holo, bit like where my scores are for the next batch of things coming. Yeah, you should be like, I would imagine for all the rares, you're good to go. Yeah. Bandit chewing on the cables. Dude, man, Bandit's in training right now. I'm not going to see him for like 5 days. It sucks, but it's good. It's good. All right, what else do we need to cover, guys? I'm going to be honest. I'm a little out of it. I'm very congested, and so you guys are going to have to lead the way with questions. If you have stuff you guys want me to take a look at, I guess we can take a look at the Holo drop that's coming, right? We can pull that up. So let's do that right now, and then if you guys have questions, fire them in the chat. Collector score, unique to this drop. Check if you're eligible. Where are the moments, girl? All right, I feel like I scrolled too far. I definitely scrolled too far. Let's see. It's got to be up in here, right? Show me the link. Let's try this, actually. Is this, it's on the page now? No, it's not. Oh my gosh. This is so embarrassing. Dog boot camp. Dan, oh my God. Daniel says, do we think the playoff packs will drop every other week? I don't know. There was some like speculation that yes, that, or that maybe they're the rebound packs for the Holo drop, but I don't know if they do that. It would be like if you're someone who boosted your collector score to try to get there, that's like a nice little, here you go. Like at least you're getting a more meaningful moment in the rebound pack than some trashy trash, but still. How much do we expect the playoff moments to drop after the challenge ends in a few hours? I don't know. Like how many people are, it's a good question. How many people are approaching these challenges or this set as like collector score boost, right? Because you get a boost for completing it. So how many people are doing that? Because then you have to keep all the moments, right? Or I guess you don't have to keep all the moments. Yeah, I don't know. How low do we, how low can you go? Actually, Jeb Bush says, personal thoughts about how the market reacts to the Holo drop after. Do you think playoff packs or rebound packs? Yeah, that's what I was just saying. I think there's a chance that happens. I think with the legendary finals pack right around the corner, I don't know if we see it drop as drastically as it used to do that, right? As it used to after a Holo drop, everybody drops things. But the other thing is with this pack only being $230, like I don't think people are trying to undercut as aggressively to, get their money back, right? Like, because we saw that with the rares, right? The MGLE drop, like we didn't see the prices like wildly undercut. So I would imagine it's something similar because of the price decrease. I think a interesting question is what do they do with the finals pack? Like, does that go back up to legendary status of like 999? Is it somewhere in the middle? Yeah, I'd be curious what people think about that. V-Hawk says, will the rest of the moments from playoff pack 1 release before the challenges? Yeah, I don't think so. It doesn't sound like it. Aaron says they didn't put out the list yet. There was a spreadsheet someone posted on Twitter. Thoughts on the increase in sports injuries increasing over the years? We're getting robbed of great games because of them. I don't know actually how much more we're getting. Are we getting like, has anyone done a breakdown? I can't tell if we're getting more or if the NBA is just covered more aggressively than it was, say, like 20 years ago. So we're seeing more of it. But it does, I would imagine the bubble experience plus the ramp up in this season, right? Like this starting a month earlier than we thought. So some of these teams not really having an off season, plus playing the second half of the season, so many games in a short amount of time, right? The first half of the season was a normal run, but the second half was like pretty condensed. So I would imagine that has something to do with it too. Yeah, it sucks. I mean, I hate that the playoffs are being defined by who's the healthiest, but that happens more than we think, which sucks though. I hate that. after the holo drops, are people going to drop all their floor moments? I don't know. Do you? I actually don't think so. I feel like it's going to like maybe it comes down a little bit, but I don't think so because the collector score is not going away. We're going to need that for time to come. So I don't know. Wait, what else we got? Legendary Ibaka or KD MGLE? KD. I don't know. I'd rather have a great player than an okay player. Daniel Christian says playoff moments go down to 20 to 25 after the challenge. Probably. I mean, I don't know if it's right after the challenge, but I do think it's right after the rest of the packs come out. I think it's right at, well, that's when it really drops. The holo drop should really be named the Cool Cat. Yeah, if they were going to give me one, we could rename it that, Frank, but come on. Yeah, I think Beamers, this is sharp, right? I think this is what we should be paying attention to what the market does after at 12:01, what the market does. I'm wondering too, in the like one way we could see a lot of prices dip is if they announce the challenge right away, and then everyone who completed the tray is like, oh, if I just flip these really quickly, I'll have the money for the next one. That's it. That's a thought. That is a thought. Oh, I'm so behind on the chat, guys. You guys are firing in there. We love it. Or just says, when do the rest of the playoff moments drop? Yeah, we don't. Hopefully after the challenge. What's wrong? What's wrong with what's up with your nose today, Mike? Georgios, I think that a lot of people ask that question on a daily basis, but today specifically, I'm battling a cold. Realizing that I'm going to spend a lot more to get the good packs. Not sure how I feel about it. Just been holding and waiting for now. Yeah, I mean, it is. I understand what they're trying to do. I like, again, I've said this before. I like that they're providing a roadmap. But I like that we're getting the expectations ahead of time, that we're not like figuring it out after the snapshot happens and they're like, oh, sorry, you don't qualify. Like they're giving us a chance to get there. We're going to mute, guys. But I understand the thought of like, wait, so I just have to spend money to be able to spend more money. And that is frustrating, but I like that they're finding cheaper ways to do it. Like the team bonuses are pretty cool. Like I feel like they're getting creative. So I'm going to give them credit for that. Haven't they also said some of these playoff moments will be used in the future playoff round challenges? I believe they did. Nick says, what happens during the off season? Well, I'm sure we get to run it back, right? We'll get to run it back. We're going to go to Vegas. If you guys aren't in the Discord yet, right? Get in the Discord. We've got a Vegas channel now. We're flying in August 7th. Shout out Brian Collins, who's hooking us up with some stuff or some decent rates. Staying at the MGM where all the magic's happening. The 7th to the 10th, I believe, is the plan. We're going to try to do some form of a live show or at least a meetup. We're going to go to some games, drink some beers, stuff like that. So that's what's happening in my off season, baby. But I don't know. We've talked about this again. Like everybody is like, oh, once the off season comes, the market's going to dip aggressively. But every time everybody thinks the same thing, it doesn't happen. So who knows? VHOC says predictions on which series they pick today for the next playoff changes. I predict 2 and 3. Number 2 and number 8 series. Number 2 and number 8. Wouldn't it be number 1 and number 8? Am I missing that up? I was thinking it's going to be the Sixers Wiz and the Jazzies and the Grizz. Or maybe we get like, yeah, I don't know. That's what I think, though. That's my guess that I have no business guessing. I lost my spot, guys. Nose beers? Absolutely. Do you think WNBA hits in the offseason along with run it back or until next season? The only reason I don't think that's going to happen is we just haven't heard anything about it. Right? We haven't heard anything about WNBA in a while. Yeah, VHOC, we're on the same page. Yeah, we're on the same page. Thank you, Georgios. Do you think these playoff moments of the teams that are still in it will be used as challenge moments for future playoff finals packs? It could be. That's a good. I like that. I like that thought process. I think the 3-6 series next, since they just did the both 4-5 matchups, that would be cool. That would be cool only because I want that Dame, baby. I want that Dame. All right, here, while I gain my my footing, I'm going to share something in the chat here. I know I've plugged this before. But I've been writing a little Substack that's free that just talks about basketball a little bit. I have some fun with it. So if you haven't had a chance to subscribe, please go pop in there and subscribe because it makes my heart feel good. Also, we do Patreon that has some fun stuff. You can see that in the show notes. You can join the Discord, follow us on Twitter, follow me on Twitter, do all the things, right? Yeah, please let the jaw challenge be next. Deep Threat's trying to get that money, baby. Trying to get that paper. Frank says the team bonus is kind of cool, but needs to be adjusted big time. Not everyone wants to chase Hornets and Wolves. Yeah, I agree. I think we got a sneeze coming on. Oh, I meant to mute before I sniffed. That's all right. That's what the Patreon looks like. It's just me sniffing into a microphone. It's my OnlyFans account. Only sniffs. It's me and Sawyer. I'm sick and he's doing coke. I'm excited for Sawyer to watch the playback of this. He just gets like random shout outs. VHawk says, do you like the 3-day time frame? Yeah, I do like the 3-day time frame. I know like a lot of people were kind of like frustrated by that they were like, oh, you can't gift or anything. I like the quick turnaround. I'm sure they're not going to do it every time. I just like that we're seeing some different stuff, right? It kept it a little bit more, it kept it interesting. I kind of like it. I like that we just had 2 challenges at the same time and we're about to get 2 more challenges. I think that's pretty cool. You doing any stand-up now that the city's opening up? Yeah, I've been hosting a show every other Friday. I've been doing that. Yeah, I've been shooting some sketches. I've been doing a lot of that shit. Yeah, it's good to be back in stand-up. I will say, though, I'm ready to be doing some indoor stuff. I've been doing mostly outdoor shows. That the novelty of doing an outdoor show is worn off. I'm ready for it to be inside. I'm ready for it to be dark. I don't want to see the audience. I want to be a bright light in my face. I want to be a little sweaty, you know? So I'm ready for that. What is your cough drop of choice? You seem like a Hall Breezers kind of guy. I'm actually a Ricola. That's my jam. But Kelsey got me some of those and some Ludens yesterday, and that's why we get the red tongues because the Ludens. But that's where I'm at. That's more than enough time to finish the challenge. Yeah, I just like that it kind of got rid of the gifting thing. I don't know. I kind of like that it got rid of the gifting. Do a Midwest tour, come to Chicago. I haven't been out to Chicago in a while. I like that. I get the thing that you need to XP your way into the most premium pack drop, but are you a real collector if you just buy all these shitty moments just to be eligible? No, I agree with that. I think there's a middle ground. I agree with you. Team Old ASMR. Did you watch the fight this weekend? I didn't watch the fight this weekend. Because what was the fight Saturday? I was stuck on a train Saturday. I did go to a Red Sox game and sat in a luxury box. And that was my first luxury suite experience. And let's just say Sammy Adams was my friend on Saturday. Okay. And it was wonderful. Luxury boxes are the best. If you are someone who has access to a luxury box and you invite me, I will come. I'll tell you that right now. Yeah, they are just candy. I agree with you. That's why I had that one this morning. The Recall is like that's a lot. It's a lot. It's a dumb sucker without the stick. I read that without the suck at first, and that was kind of weird. Mike the Whale. No, hey, listen, for full disclosure, I needed to be invited to that box. It was not my box. Hope you stacked Toronto and DFS. They made me 5K richer. I know, man. Dude, Toronto is just balling. Vlad Guerrero Jr. hit one of the furthest home runs I've ever seen live. It was wild. He just absolutely bombed. Jeff Guardian, thank you, dude. I showered this morning, man. So I am actually washed today. Most days it's like fake wash, but today wash for real. Top 3 playoff challenge rewards. It's probably Trey, Ja, and Dame. I think those are the 3. Those are the 3 that we're going for. So that's it. I think I'm flipping the rest of them. Like, I don't really want the AD. It's just kind of how I feel. I don't really want the AD. But Mike is a Sixers fan. He abandoned the C's. No, I'm a Suns fan, dude. I'm a Suns fan. I can't pick an East team. I'm not an absolute monster. Pick the West team. I took the Suns, baby. I need to watch the Weekend Stank on Mondays myself. Yeah, this was it, guys. I'm telling you, this was a battle today. This was a battle. The Ja moment is vicious if he has any level of future success. And he's going to. Ja's really good. Dustin made a good point, though. I want to shout out Dustin. Like, if you are a Ja fan, would you rather Would you rather go get his throwdown or his hustle and show more than this one? Right? Because those were like pretty sick dunks too. Monster. It's a monster. All right, guys. I think we're gonna wrap there because I clearly am like a leaky faucet, you know? I'm a leaky faucet, and my eyes look like I've been punched. I look like campaign after getting that that Jokic flab. We'll be back tomorrow at 9. Good luck with you. If you guys completed the trade, good luck as we find out what we're gonna get. And then hopefully I'm ready. I'm ready for the next one. Hopefully it's Ja, so that way a deep threat can get rid of all those. If you guys haven't liked the stream yet, please do that. Thanks for hanging around. Don't you worry, guys. We're gonna do all the videos today. We're doing all the videos, guys. That's what we're doing today. All right. And you know what we're gonna start with? We'll start with our man, actually, Jeb Bush.
Hey, everyone.
Beautiful. That's beautiful, right? This is how we do it. Remember the Cool Cats? No, because they've... Nah, we're not doing that whole thing. Let's get a little PJ.
PJ Washington. PJ Washington. PJ Washington.
Hell yeah, turn your music down because Dort's on. All right, and before we get out of here, just shout out Rock and Roll who put together all of these sick beats for us too. And let's get that Bobo and let's get on out of here. Have a great day, everybody.
Bobo.
Bobo.
His first name is Bull and his last name is Bull.
No, yeah.
Look at his legs.
Close.
Lucky